Right, well, good morning. What a day we've lucked out with today. Look at this weather compared to all that rain that we've had, but it is forecast for a thunderstorm and heavy rain later on. Well, welcome to Swangey Lakes. We're here today. We're just doing a quick overnight session, just me and my younger son and the dog there. We've literally just set up the Tentbox Cargo and the awning room. Going to be fishing out of the awning room there, using it like a bivvy. We're going to be doing a bit of fishing for some catfish today. So without further ado, let's get all the rods set up and let's get them in the water and fingers crossed for a good fish. So we're going to be using the S-Max, or two S-Max we're going to be using today. We're going to use this with a longer tip, so this is going to give us a 3.5 pound test curve this, and then we've got one of the S-Mid that we're going to set up. So we're going to stick these two up on the bottom with a couple of bits of squid, and then the S-Mid we're going to set up on the surface, throw out a load of floaters on the surface and just fish the surface for a couple of carp. So what we'll do is we'll get this one all set up. We'll get these two in the water. They are actually feeding at the moment, which is not normal for you know, when it's bright sunshine like this. The guy next to me has had a 34 already, and he's just had another one as well. So I think what we'll do, we'll get a couple of these out with the squid on the bottom, and then we'll start feeding the surface up just over yonder, and get a couple of floaters or a little pop up on the surface and see whether we can get the boy a carp on the surface. All right, let's have a whole squid. So I'm just going to pull the backbone out of this. And I'm now going to thread this onto the baiting needle. So we're going to go through the eyes, through the body a few times, leaving about 2 centimeters up the top. And then we'll just get a really long hook length even. And then we'll thread that up the hook length, and then to secure it and just to give it a little bit of buoyancy, I'm just going to use a crab pop up on the end there, little boilie stop, pull that down, and then all I'm going to do is just on the tip of that hook, just hook the tip of that squid, and then that will settle. And there we are, massive chunky bait. There's a bit of a gravel bar, so we're just going to go for that gravel bar over yonder. Something big crashing over there, isn't there? Right, we got a runner on the squid. Not massive, it's a cat at least. Right, you have to need to get ready with the net, Ethan. Next one's yours. Yeah, there's a lot of weed on there. So just get him in the net, don't lift it, bring the net right in. That's it, well done. Right, let's get this one. Watch where you are. All right, okay. All right, let's get this in the basket. Well done. Well, there we are, not bad for a daylight fish. Normally a nocturnal fish, but we managed to get one anyway. So I think that's probably about 7 to 10 pound, I reckon that one is, but at least we got one. That's the main thing. Let's get him back in the water and try and fetch another one, I think. So we'll weigh that separately. All right then. Off you go. Right, so we'll take the other rod off the surface, I think, because it doesn't look like there's much on the surface. And we'll put this one out with a bit of squid in the centre. And see whether we can get out on this one. Just take your time with it, take your time. Keep that rod up, keep that rod up. He's coming, he's coming. Right, see what you need to think about when you get in close now is the reeds here.
Yeah.
Don't worry if it wipes out all of those rods, that's not an issue. Look at that rod go. Where are we? It's getting close.
Closer.
Just see his colour there. Keep that rod up, lift it up. There we go. Oh, the hook's out. Lovely. What do you reckon? Molly out. He's just got caught on his, he's got those rasps there. Keep your hands down, don't lift him up too high. Well done, mate. Biggest pussy you've had, huh? So that's 18.36, so that's 15 pounds. Well done. And away. Right, well there we go. Not bad at all. So 2 fish, which is not normal for me during the day. Normally I only ever catch during the night here. So 2 fish during the day. So I've had one about 10 pounds. Ethan's one was about 15 pounds. So absolutely fantastic. First cat he's ever caught. So yeah, so we've probably got about 2-3 hours before this weather kicks in, and it's just had an amber warning for thunderstorms and rain. Just typical British summer. So I'm going to get most of my stuff packed away, but what I'll do first is I'll just take you through my setup that we've got here using the Tentbox Cargo and the Tentbox Awning Room as well. So as you can see, I've got my bed chair all set up there, a couple of boxes inside of there to use as a table, my mosquito repellent, my light, my power bank is all in there as well, and that's pretty much all I'm going to have in here for tonight. You've got this mosquito net here, and that fully zips up to completely enclosed. You've got doors on each side of this as well, and then you've got this one here that will completely close up as well. The only problem with this awning room here is once you close all the doors, if the weather's pretty bad, then you've got absolutely no external, no ambient light coming in at all. But the great thing about these doors here is you can actually pull them out like this one here, so we've got a bit of a cover that we can cook in later on. But you know, I think it's pretty good as a setup for our fishing that we've got here today. I can run out of this. I'm not going to be able to zip this up fully through the night here. It's going to take too long to bloom and try and get the doors open and everything to get to a rod. But hopefully, I don't know what it's going to be like. It says it's going to rain like crazy, but we shall see. So we'll have a look at what else we've got. And then we've got the Tentbox Cargo on the top, which Ethan's sleeping in. So you've seen this in a couple of videos before, and it's an absolute brilliant, really durable roof tent that literally takes a couple of minutes to pitch. That one's got a solar panel I've fixed on the front of it there. And then in the back of the truck, that's the battery box that I've made there. And then there's a cable that runs back up into that. So he's got power in there. Only problem is it's black and it's really warm on a muggy day like today, but at least you can open all of the sides and the back down just to give you a little bit of ventilation. Please don't forget the £50 discount on any of the Tentbox tents, and that code is up at the top of the screen there for you. See, Marley's in her bed. She's a bit of a hot dog at the moment because it is really humid at the moment there. So that box that she's in there, that's basically used as her bed while we're out on our camping trips, and also in the back of the truck she travels in that as well. She's much more comfy in that than being stuck in the back of the truck. Then looking at the side of the awning room here, we've got the side up using these telescopic poles here, and you see there's a good space underneath here so that if it is raining you can just what I'm doing here, I've got my tyre table there, so my little kayak sits on top of that, so we can do some cooking if the weather's pretty bad. Only problem is that if there's a bit of wind and the rain is coming in from the sides, you're going to get the water coming in on the sides there. But it's a pretty nice little setup, it really is. If you want some more information about the awning room, then do check out the video above there where we have a little bit of a review of the Tentbox awning room for the Tentbox awning. And then the other great bit of kit, which I think is absolutely brilliant, and for your bivvy fishing and also for roof tent camping, is these bivvy lights. They're absolutely brilliant, they really are. So I've done a little post on Instagram about these a couple of days ago. So you've basically got 2 ports on the side there. So you've got your charging port and then you've got a USB port as well. So you can use these as an emergency power bank as well. On the side there, you've got this magnet that's inside there, and then you've got this little plate. So you can clip it through canvas, or the other thing it's got is it's got a little handle if you want to hang it up like so. So literally you just take the back plate and then just clip that onto that, and then that will sit there, and then you've got a little button on the side there to turn it on, and you've also got a little remote control that comes with it as well. So as you can see, we've got one up on the top of the roof tent there, one in front of the bivvy, and then there's another one on the other side of the roof tent, so you can see when you're getting down in the middle of the night for the cooler nature. Go then, boy. Well, here we go. What more do you want? Bread, meat, garlic sauce. Right, time for another beer. I haven't had a bite all night. And then I just got up, rebaited, it's about 6 o'clock. And this one's just shot through the guy next door, it's through all of his lines. Oh, he's going out now. Come on. Oh. That's a good sized fish, I think. Here he comes. There he is, just see him on the surface there. Oh, it's not a bad fish. Ethan. And typically, my son won't wake up. Come on. He's in the net. There we are. There we go. All right, 36, 34. There we are. Look at him. 34.7. And literally just recast that, not a bite all night, and then this little mud slug comes along. What an absolute monster. Nearly a PB, but not quite. All right, let's get him back. So apologies, it looks like we've had a bit of a mic fail, but basically it's the end of this week's video. So thanks for watching. If you're new to the channel, then please don't forget to hit that subscribe button. My name is Martin, and I'm into my hiking, my fishing, my bushcraft, my pack rafting, and just generally being outdoors. I'll stick a link to Swangey Lakes in the description there, and also a link to the S-Max rod from Rigged and Ready. And hopefully we'll catch you next time on the next one.